So let's just begin seated on the mat. As always, grow up nice and tall through your spine. Give the shoulders a couple of rolls. Shut your eyes. We'll take 3 breaths just like this, just to begin the practice. And when you're ready, let's open the eyes. And I'd like to remain seated for the first couple of poses. So if you want, you can sit on a cushion or a folded blanket, something like that, to be a little more comfortable. Then I'd like you to wiggle your feet like a little bit further over so that they're more underneath your knees. So it's like a little bit of a tighter, and maybe bring your front shin a little bit. Actually, let's all make sure we have the right shin on the front and our feet are underneath our knees. So once again, let's find that length up through the spine. You might be finding this a little tight through the hips. Keeping the sits bones down on the mat. Bring the fingertips in front of that right shin and then just walk forward. So we're remembering to keep the sits bones committed to the mat. You can tuck the chin. Lengthen through the spine. You press into the hands to press the sits bones back into the mat a little bit more, and then walk out a little further again. Nice, easy breathing here. Now keep it staying down and relaxed. I'd like you just to walk your hands over so that you are lying out over your right thigh. You're gonna have your arms reaching out at an angle, almost like your down dog arms, pressing into the hands. And then pay attention to the left sits bone. Press it down into the mat. Let your left armpit drop down towards the mat. So you're really stretching through that left side body. Then walk the hands back towards the center and maybe out again a little bit further this time. Maybe you've got a little bit more length to play with here. Remember, don't get so caught up with walking the hands forward that the sits bones rise up. And walk the hands back in towards that right shin. Give your shoulders a couple of rolls as you come up to sit. And let's bring the right shin parallel to the ceiling. You can hold on to the back of your leg if you like. And then the left shin parallel to the ceiling. Give the shoulders a couple of rolls. Maybe the hands reach forward. And then recross your legs with the left leg on front this time. Coming back to your seat. Wiggle the feet underneath the knees just so you have a bit of a tighter cross-legged seat. And then lift up through the heart. Hands come forward of the left shin, and let's just walk the hands forward once again. Come to a place that is comfortable. You want to start to feel the here. Sits bones are down. Breathing into the back body. Heavy here. And then when you're ready, you can walk over towards that left thigh. Reaching out with the right hand, committing the left sits bone down onto the mat, or the right sits bone down onto the mat. Dipping the right shoulder, so that right shoulder kind of wants to rise up and turn this into a twist. Don't let it. Keep pressing down with the right shoulder so it's not higher than the left shoulder. And then walk your hands back to center. See if you can walk out a little bit further. Really stretching from the sits bones right through the hands. Breathing into the back of your heart. Bring your hands up and in. Bring the left shin bone parallel to the ceiling and then the right shin bone parallel to the ceiling. Roll the heart up. Hands can come forward if you like. This time you can bring your feet up. Whoop, I'm on the edge of my carpet here. Or the hands up. Cross your legs and take your feet, tuck them in as close as you can to your sits bones, and then roll over your feet, coming to a tabletop pose. That's it. Take a couple of cat-cows here. Inhale the tailbone up, drop the belly, heart comes forward. As you exhale, turn the tailbone down, round the spine, drop, tuck the chin. One more time in each direction, opening the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, curl the toes under and let's come to down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Opening up through the backs of the legs. Sits bones move up and out. Relaxing through the spine, melting through the heart. Pressing into your hands, into the fingertips. Big breath in here. As you exhale, become a little more grounded. Inhale to bring the gaze forward between your thumbs, shoulders forward, step forward, come to a halfway lift. Lengthening the spine, rolling the shoulders back. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, soften the knees and rise all the way up to stand. Hands up, look up if that feels good for you. As you exhale, hands come down through heart center, all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant the hands, and let's step one foot, then the other back to a high plank pose. Take a couple of breaths here in your high plank pose. You can be down on your knees if you like. We want to have a nice angled plank. So your head is higher than your heart is just a little higher than the hips higher than the heels. Nice easy angle. Next inhale, bring the shoulders slightly forward over the fingertips. And as you exhale, bend the elbows back towards the back of the mat. Maintain the plank as you lower to the floor. Tops of the feet press into the mat as you lift the hips, or lift the shoulders, roll the shoulders back, bring the heart forward for cobra pose. Exhale to release. Inhale to table or to plank on your toes or on your knees. Exhale back, downward facing dog. As you inhale now, let the right heel float. Exhale, bend the knee and open the hip. Stack your right hip over the left. You can give your right ankle a little turn here. And again, dip that right armpit down towards the mat so that your shoulders stay stable. Inhale to extend the right heel. And as you exhale, draw the right foot forward between the hands, coming up onto the toes of the left foot. Inhale, sweep the fingertips forward and up. As you exhale, sink the hips. Hover the left knee over the mat. Stay here for a breath as you turn the tailbone down, lengthen up through the spine. Maintain this alignment as you inhale to straighten the right knee. Nice, easy breathing here. Holding on to this pose, I want to bring our arms to cactus arms, drawing the elbows down and back so your arms are out of your peripheral vision. And then next inhale, bring the heart up towards the ceiling. As you stay here for the exhale. Inhale, fingertips up, and exhale to launch forward into an arrow lunge, reaching the fingertips forward, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, pulling the right hip from the side, in towards the center. We're going to launch our weight into our right foot and come to stand with the left knee high. Hands can come down next to the hips here. Bring the hands right to the hips. Notice if your left hand is higher than your right, draw that hip back down into alignment. Come to a standing figure 4 here. Soften the standing leg and bring the left ankle over the right knee. Hips can come back and down, back and down, back and down. As far as feels good, sinking the hips, lengthening the spine, rolling the shoulders back. Hands can stay at the hips or come to heart center. You can bring them out to the sides for balance, maybe into that goddess arms. Hands can come to the heart center or drop them down onto your shin. Nice, easy breath here. Find somewhere to gaze. Sink the hips, maybe a little more than you even want to. And let's inhale to come back up to your standing staff pose. Left knee is high. And then exhale. Drop the left foot down next to the right. Take a moment here to breathe. Compare sides, see how you feel. And then inhale the fingertips up. You can look up if it feels good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant the hands, step your feet back to your high plank pose. Toes or knees here. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale to open the heart. Roll the shoulders back, cobra or up dog. Right away from here, pull your low ribs in. Use the strength of your core to lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the left heel floats. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Give the ankle a couple of turns here. Just waking up through the leg. Let the left armpit drip down towards the floor. Inhale to find extension. As you exhale, bring the left foot forward between the hands. Staying up on the toes of the right foot, reach the fingertips up into the ceiling. Exhale, sink the shoulders, sink the hips. As you inhale, bring the right knee to hover. Turn the tailbone down, lengthen the spine. Maintain this orientation of the pelvis as you press the right heel back. Find length in the spine. Exhale, goddess arms. Inhale, lift the heart. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, fingertips high, crown of the head high. As you exhale, hinge forward to your arrow lunge. Inhale to pull the left hip in towards the center, keeping the hip, the knee, the ankle in line. And when you are ready, inhale to launch your weight into your left foot and come to stand at the front of your mat with your right knee high, hands on the hips. As you exhale, Sweep the hips back and down, bringing your right ankle to your left knee. Keep coming back and down. Find somewhere to gaze that feels good. Sinking the hips, you can bring your hands to heart center. Reach them out to the sides. Bring your elbows onto your right shin. It's up to you. As we inhale, make our way back up to stand, right knee high. Exhale, hands to heart, or your right foot comes down, hands to heart center. Take a couple of breaths here. Drop the right fingertips down, around and up. Big inhale here. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale to a halfway lift. As you exhale, bring the fingertips to the mat. Step the right foot back to the back of the mat. Plant the right hand and sweep the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Nice easy twist here. You can stay here like this or drop the left hand behind your back and look for your right hip crease with that left hand. Opening up the chest, the shoulder, up towards the side or even up towards the ceiling. You can bring your chin to your left shoulder. Inhale, that left fingertips up, down and around to meet the mat. Step the right foot forward, come to a halfway lift. Exhale, pull the navel in, forward fold. Inhale, soften the knees and rise all the way up to stand. Hands up, look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, bring the fingertips to the mat. Step the left foot back to the back of the mat. Planting the left hand, let's sweep the right fingertips up to the ceiling. Stay here just like this, or you can drop the right hand behind your back. Try and bring your fingertips to your left hip crease. Roll the right shoulder back. Keep pressing into your right foot, your right hand, your left hand. Pushing the left heel back towards the wall behind you. Inhale the right fingertips up. And then big circle down to meet the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left high plank pose. Let's try this same side again. Inside plank. So you can bring your right knee to the mat or you can stay up on toes. Roll to the outside of your right foot, the inside of your left foot. Stay here on like this with the left hand on your hip. Or stack the left foot over the right. The left hand comes up high. Now same deal. You can stay just like this or bring the right hand around behind your back. Look for the right, or bring your left hand behind your back. Look for the right hip crease. Gaze up to the ceiling. Inhale, fingertips high. As you exhale, make your way back to your plank pose. Coming to plank on the left side. So you can bring your left knee down onto the mat if you like, or roll to the outside of your left foot, inside of your right foot. Right hand comes high, or drop the right hand down behind your back. Look for the left hip crease, bringing the heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bringing the right hand up, and then circle it back down onto the mat. High plank pose on your toes or on your knees. Let's bring the knees down onto the mat and slide the hips back over the heels. Or an easy child's pose, breath or two here. And from here, I'll guide you to Savasana. So you can come down onto your front Or you can roll over your feet one more time and lower down onto your back. Using your hands to support yourself or reaching them forward, feet on the mat or feet in boat. Everyone tuck the chin and roll easily down onto the mat. And pull your knees into your chest. And from here, if there's any last movement you'd like to take, this. Or if you're like me, you're ready, you can just move into Savasana. Bringing your heels down to the far corners of your mat. Tucking your shoulder blades under you, your tailbone down. Breathing deep and easy. Take this few moments in Savasana, connect with yourself. And see how you're feeling. Connect with your intention for this day. And when you are ready, you can begin to get up. Wake up for the second time today. Start with a big breath in. Exhale to wiggle the fingers and toes. Turn the wrists and the ankles. Maybe your head from side to side. Start to move in any way that feels good for you, any small movements. Making your way to a full body stretch. And draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then roll over onto one side or the other. Take a couple of breaths here. Remember, it's still practice. This is still your time until the very last. Purposeful for you as you get up to sit. Take your time. Find your own comfortable seat. Draw your shoulders up over your hips very last. Crown of the head comes up. Inhale the fingertips up. As you exhale, thumbs to the third eye and hinge forward. This is our final pose for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you like this practice. Namaste.